movement was led by charismatic teachers known as Rebbes.
When a chassid looks at his Rebbe, he sees the embodiment of the community. The Rebbe is the king, the collective representation, the flag. He's everything rolled up in one.
Every chassid looks upon him as his own father, as his grandparents. You see a lot of times pushing and shoving it. We want to listen to him. We're like one. And he teaches us the past and the Torah and most often the songs he makes, and he teaches us the songs and we sing. It's like everything that he does, we're crazy of it.
So what I was bringing forward on that, my brother, just as you mentioned, just keeping the documents and, just leaving it for ones to, of course, go through, at later dates or later times. I mentioned that it was a toil just going through the history, of the EWF, and, seeing that the Sister Cincy had come forward, and she had a lot more information that we had, of course, I come across, speaking of, I self, as well as Brother Yason, and maybe even other ones that I had reasoned with from a certain time about the EWF. It was, again, a very, very uphill task just to find, good information. And then when of course, I came forward, with a lot of the information which was not known, which I wasn't privy to or ever heard before about, even the splintering of much of the EWF. That was, good news to find out, so that way we, hadn't, just not found those things to see, or looking at ourselves as, we were, a bad student because we hadn't found, the information that was needed, to share with other ones so they would have it as well. So, I was thankful that, the situation was what it was. Not that, the EWF had been in such a predicament that it is as a state or as a organization at this point, but to realize that there was actually something that went on, and it was a reason why we weren't able to find certain things, because it was put in this certain manner that ones weren't able to come forward and find the vital information that they needed. And now it really explained, from a holistic perspective, why the ones who, of course, had sought to go forward couldn't go forward, and why certain things hadn't happened at this point, especially, here in this year 2017, so many years, after the establishment of the EWF with Dr. Malaku Amanuel and other ones, of course, are contributing in major ways, and just seeing all of the information that the brought forward. And I still even think on, the older video from Ethiopian World Net with the young sister which you brought forward when she was learning the Amharic. That's really where I see a lot of our brothers and sisters at this point now, because they seem to be right in that perspective, even thinking about, a lot of the things that Sister Mary Rose, Hitte Mariam Sige, had been bringing forward about the bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah, the welate to Israel. It really seems that ones are at that point where they're really, they just need more. That's it. They're ready, to receive.
It's interesting you say that even the EWF, we're probably going to have to, well, you know what? Sometimes I do the office, the kind of privy audio, but they could be shared with others, but sometimes I recognize, on the rest and whatnot like that. It's just I and I job. Like, let's just go into this. Sometimes I will, even just for me to remember what God showed me at this time, I'll record the audio. And because of the reason of Sister Sensi and the Federation and also the revelation in the Torah reading and in our tribe, that also reflects on what has gone on and also weigh out and the overcoming of what has gone on, and here there's the willingness that God's pouring out His Spirit again, as it were, upon the ones below. He's saying, and they are hungry, you know what I mean, for more. And I them coming forward with that iron and providing in certain particular ways, you know, that fruit that was made. You know, when I'm listening to the Iron's presentation, I'm like, this is good. And then I heard the parts of the Iron said, I said, oh, look at that, iron sharpen iron, strength to strength. And I really give thanks. That's why I just put it in record. You know, that one has the record that, yes, I said this, and I give thanks because, you know, touching all these different departments, these different areas, all at one time, you know, and just having a few ones. So that's what we hope and encourage. Like what the I said, he said, no rush on it, you know, when speaking to the other ones, but it's still, when you're ready, make I know. Closed mouth don't get fed, as it were, you know what I mean? So that we can say, hey, boom. And like there's some areas of the government, of the operations that I'm more or less listening intently and checking communication to see who is already forward or who might come forward that might be in that flow of things. You know what I mean? I mean, I've even sought to have like a virtual secretary. You know, certain ones among the one-to-ones to work with I&I, because sometimes there's more things to get done, and I also need recorders, you know, of certain things. So I can pass this information to others to hold it, because those who are already doing those work are already, in my opinion, at maximum capacity. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of something here. Oh, let me give you an update. Brother Ayatollah, he's not just third work. He make I know that I sent him a couple of texts to see if everything's all right. He said, yeah, everything's all right. And then the Spirit said, ask restful to the question mark there. And there's no problem. Like, I hope, you know, God called this procedures. And when I did, he said, yeah, you know, a little bit. So I was like, you know, just rest up. And when he mentioned that, you know, maybe his daughter, you know, I kind of figured because we were up to Sister and Mama Ida. You know, really, you know, it's really not in Rabbi, it's really in Rebbe. You know that, right? Look at the feet of it. In Rebbe, not really in Rabbi, but in Ma in there, tomato, you know, uptown, downtown. You know, we understand. You know, I don't say.
Yes, I even took that brother from the community there at the brothers Ben Ami, the brother, his well, not his, but one of his brothers, his wife, of course, was a midwife there in Dimona, and she was, of course, you know, going through her practice, you know, and a baby had been delivered at that moment, and of course she's speaking to the child, you know, doing things that women do, as always, you know, just being mothers, of course, and delivering a child to its mother, you know, even so, and the child, of course, wailing as babies do. She even mentioned, she says, "Oh, you don't want me, you want Emma." Emma said, I noticed that.
Sister Mary Rose say Emma, because there is in the Hebrew, our Emma, our Emma, later on the Inna or Innat. So they would say E for the air. So you see those like Lavity has mentioned, those slight nuances. And it's not something to kind of write home about, like you have a complaint or grievance in that. As long as ones are stable in that, if you go with the Hebrew way, then there is a particular, you know what I'm saying? We can combine it, you know, a little bit when we're going across different platforms, but to appreciate that, you know, that similarity, and not to be like, it's not the Lashon Kadash. It's not the Lashon Kadash. You know what I mean? The level is, I think back to what the brothers are bringing forward, the Lashon Kadash. But I think at the same time, you know, on the web pages, when a web page, you know how to design a web page. Sometimes you can design a web page and reload it. You ever seen the bottom left-hand side? Sometimes they used to say it's loaded, but with errors.
Right.
It's a load, but it has errors. That means some things in the code, in the source code, behind the picture of things, because the word became flesh, behind the the picture up thing is not quite coming out. You know what I mean? So what do I have to go? It still loads. But you might click on something and it might not go or do what it's supposed to do.